All right, folks, welcome aboard. We're in the MD-83 Coastal Airways, and I wanted to just do a video on the default sounds versus the I think it's FTSIM sounds. Now, we're still waiting for the immersive sound to come out. It hasn't come out yet, so I use the FTSIM sounds, but we're going to listen to default through the startup, the fans, and then we're going to show you how to install the FTSIM sounds, and we'll go from there. Excuse my voice, I'm sick as I'm filming this with a cold, unfortunately. All right, so let's go upstairs here on the flight deck and let's get a couple of things powered. First thing is first, let's go ahead and see if we can't get our ground power on. First thing I want to do is get that ground power on the aircraft. If we can, it's going to help get that GPU up. There we go. Okay, we got the power, we got the light on. So let's go ahead and throw the BATT switch on first. We'll throw these pumps off. 1, 2. Okay, the battery's on right now. Let's go ahead and throw the power on.
Autopilot. Autopilot.
Not too bad in terms of the avionics fan and stuff like that. That sounds pretty good. We're going to go ahead and do a startup, and then I'll let you see the engines and the whole 9 yards. Okay, so the APU here sounds about the same. We got the APU started. We're going to start up the engine, and we'll see how that sounds. Now, even the flight deck, we have the APU running, and we have the bleeds on, and you can see our bleeds are on with pressure, and it would be very noisy in the cockpit right now. It would be blowing really, really hard as that air is coming in at you, so it's very quiet right now. All right, let's go ahead and start the engines. If I turn this off on the supply, there's not much difference here. And we do have the pneumatic cross feeds open as well, so you should hear that. Okay, that's just kind of popped on us. Let's go ahead and throw the gas in, go outside. Okay. Normally right now this engine would be screaming. Okay, over in the front it'll be really loud here. It's pretty quiet. So not much in terms of engine sounds, right? So I can already tell there's a massive difference in between. That's pretty quiet. This thing would be screaming. Even though it's far back, it'd still be screaming. So I'm going to show you the same setup and then how to install the sounds coming up. Okay, folks, so once you go to the FT Sound, I think you have to become a patron to receive the sound files. Once you do that, you're going to download them to anywhere you'd like to, and I put them in just MD-80 Sounds because you're going to use this every update. So double click on that, you're going to see this MD-80_SM, and then you'll click that. And you probably can't see it. I don't know if you can see it very well on your computer, but let's see if I can make these extra large icons. So you see this SPAC and then a PDF. Go ahead and open the PDF, and I've done that right here. And basically it's going to tell you how to install this thing. So what's inside of it? We're going to get Pratt & Whitney JT8 engine sounds. We're going to get the battery, avionics, and AC sounds. Cockpit and cabin. We're going to get exterior, wind, rain, drag, gear door, touchdown, ground roll, all that good stuff comes in with this. So let's see how to install. The first thing we're going to do is open SPAC, and we're going to move the sim objects and build.py inside to your ish Mad Dog X or LSH Mad Dog Aircraft. I don't know if there's an I or an L. Mad Dog Aircraft folder. Okay, your main folder. So, and you're going to overwrite the file. So let's do that right now. We're going to just go ahead and open this SPAC, and you can see the sim objects and build PY. What you're going to do is highlight and highlight. Right click, we're going to copy it. We don't want to cut it, we want to copy it. And then let's go to your, wherever you keep your Mad Dog, your main Mad Dog folder. It's usually going to be in a community. Now I have a linked community folder here. You can see mine is linked, so I have it aircraft. This would be your community folder, and then you can see this. Again, let me make it large. This right here is your main one. So you have charts, FX, and then liveries. So you want to put it in here, and you're just going to want to right click it, and then you're going to want to paste it. And then when it says replace these files, just click replace. That's it for that. Then what we're going to do is going to scroll down, and then we're going to go ahead and update the aircraft configuration file next with the layout.json file. So you can see there's a couple ways of doing this. I like to do it manually because it's easier. So what we're going to do is open the layout.json. You can see it right here. And what I'm going to do is just to highlight this, I'm going to copy. Oops. I'm going to right click this, and I'm going to copy this. Okay. And what I'm going to do is paste this right here. And this is just going to back it up. And I'm going to just go like this and rename it. .json backup. Okay, that gives me oh, hold on. Did it wrong. So I'm going to call this layout backup. All right, and that gives me a backup of the file because in case if I screw it up, it's right here. Anyway, I'm going to right click this and open with Notepad. I'm just going to edit with Notepad. And you can see here, I'm just going to click this and drag this down to here. You want to make sure these both are good to go. And we're going to right click it and just going to copy it, just to Control C. I copied the data here. And we're really literally going to paste it right after the content. So you see this little hash right there. It says content. Just do enter, and then we're going to go Control Paste. Now, let's go ahead and save this. Going to File, Save. And let's go back in the sim and see if it worked. Okay. Not much happening there. It's the hot battery bus is on, so you wouldn't hear really. You would hear just this fan starting to spool up. Okay, that's different already. Let's go ahead and throw on the ground power. Now, right away, you have the avionics fans. Much, much louder. And you have already, you can hear a difference in just the avionics fans. So you can see everything's closed. I'm going to go ahead and open these two. All right, now let's go ahead and start the APU. You're not going to hear much of a difference because the APU is way in the back, so you wouldn't hear it. Let's go ahead and fire up the APU though. Click run, over to start. Okay, so that's a good APU light there. Let's go on the flight deck. We have to wait about a minute before we can get the air running. There it goes. You see how it went to 4. Now let's throw the supply on. Do you hear it? I already hear the fans. So, I mean, that's what you would normally hear. These, you know, with the pneumatics open like this, you would have a big fan going on. All right, let's go ahead and start the engine now. Okay. 22, fuel, outside. That's probably idle. Let's go to the back. Alright, so you can see that it's doing pretty good back here. Let's go in the front. Sounds like a JT8. Let's go on the flight deck. Not much different because the engine's way in the back, but let's open the window. You could tell a big difference between default sounds and the FS or FTSIM sounds. It sounds like it should. So hopefully that little tutorial helped you on how to install the FTSIM sounds for the MD-80. And this is obviously in 2020. Hopefully make sure you hit that subscribe button if you learned something. And we'll talk to you soon. Keep the blue side up and the brown side down, folks. Hopefully see you live on a stream one of these days.